We'll see. What's happening, guys? We are back. Survivor 43. Very exciting. It seems like it happened pretty quickly to me. Maybe that's because, oh shoot, maybe that's because I lost 2 months in Thailand that, like that. It was pretty quick. It felt like when I got there, we were leaving the next day, in the scheme of things. But anyway, so we have the new season that has been officially released. We're going to go over the bios, me and Keaton, and we're I am going to give you my opinion. You give me your opinion on how we think they're going to do. And we're going to start with the beautiful Nika, but I'm going to let Keaton start us off. How you been, man?
Good, buddy. I kept some tabs on you while you were doing your thing over in Thailand. Looks like you had a
Mm-hmm.
pretty good time, and
Yes.
yeah, it did go by really quick. It seems like we just wrapped up talking about Marianne, winning 42, and
Right.
now here we are already. Which this is like the long layover. The summer layover is like the longer one, but yeah, it went by really quick.
Is this
Um,
normal though? Being this, it feels like to me that it's fast. Like it does. Do they always do it in this timeline that fast?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, like as far as I can really remember, the show, the fall cycle has always been like September, and they come out with the cast. I did because I reached out to you. I'm like, dude, I'm like, Survivor starts in like 3 weeks. Holy hell! Like, we
Yeah.
gotta.
No. Yeah. I was like, wait. To me, it's crazy that it felt maybe because I was doing some YouTube stuff on it and was like, man, this feels like it's being rushed. Because why I was in Thailand 3 months before the show even aired, they were talking about Survivor. They just started, CBS and Jeff Probst started talking about Survivor. And I did a YouTube thing on it, was like, this is a little early. It felt a little early for me. Uh, I don't think anybody promotes anything within a 3 month period. So I think that they may be rushing things because they're excited. They may be excited about this season, and I'm kind of excited about this season too.
Yeah, I think for them, I think they came out, with 41 and 42. I think 42 was a pretty high note, for them. I think ending on that.
Mhm.
I think Jeff, production, everybody. I felt like they really struck something. They had something with 42, and yeah, I think 43. I think they looked at 41 and 42. They got their feedback, and now they've come back for 43, and I think they're pretty excited about it.
Okay. All right, so guys, we're going to go over. Keaton is going to name off the names. We're going to talk about the promos, the bios for each player, and I'm going to give you my opinion. Obviously, we have two totally different opinions, so it'd be interesting to see. Keaton is more of a nice guy than I am, so I'm going to keep it real. Keaton, I hope you keep it real. And let's go with the first player. Who do we have?
Yeah, we got and anybody whose name we get wrong, sorry. but we'll get it right eventually.
Right.
But the
Yes.
first person we got up is and we're just going off of you shot it to me off of Entertainment Weekly.
Mhm.
So this isn't by tribe or anything. We're going in the order that they have it, and we have Nika. Again, hope I got that right. She is
Okay.
43 years old from Texas.
Yes.
Um,
She's a pharmacist.
yeah, she's a pharmacist. Now, you said you hope I keep it real, and I'm going to. I try and always try and be nice ish, but but the thing is, like, when it comes to the new cast, I mean, all of our opinions. If anybody watches this or hears it, you got to keep in mind we're doing this off of a bio and like maybe like 30 seconds of like footage.
This is only our opinion. We
Right.
know absolutely nothing about
Yeah.
these people. This
Yeah.
is just our opinion.
Just
So
our opinion.
relax. Because last year I was like, Jonathan's going to be uh, a shit show. He's going to be terrible. So I was not a fan of Jonathan last year. When it started, I seen that he was somewhat timid. Was, you know, to me, it was a little what I didn't expect. So I'm always wrong. Today, Keaten will be wrong.
Oh
This
yeah.
is just our opinions on the survivors that's
Yeah.
playing. That's it.
So looking at her, it seems like she's the first thing that I always kind of try and look at is, does this person seem like they're a fan, or not even a fan, but do they know,
Mm-hmm.
like, do they have game knowledge? You know what I mean?
Right.
To me, I didn't get like an overwhelming amount of like, she seems like she really knows the game.
Mm-hmm.
I seem to like her as a person. She
Why do you say that though?
the not really seeming like she knows the game all that
Yeah.
well.
Why would you think that?
Yeah, so I did a little extra homework beyond the buy I went to, and I watched like the little it's like a 30-second little thing that CBS did where they get a talk for like, and
Okay.
it's really quick, really quick.
Right.
But to me, it doesn't seem like she knows the game too super well. Seems like she's going to rely more on being a kind of like the mom. She does have a family, from what I recall. So it seems like she has like a really positive energy. Seems like she has a lot going for her in the aspect of being like a genuine, like good person. But being, she is each tribe I noticed has, kind of like a an older member, if you will, someone who's, it breaking 40. And each tribe has at least one. She is the older person on her tribe. So if in a 6-person tribe, which I seen a video you posted, do you like the 3 tribes? I hate it. It's personally my biggest fear to ever play Survivor. I hate
I hate it.
3-person tribes. So in a tribe of 6 people, if you lose early, especially if you lose, a couple times, early in a season, her being the older member on her tribe, and, if they're looking for, someone who's really physical, they want, a really a highly physical tribe mate. If they feel like they need that, I don't feel like she's in a great position. But as a person, she seems okay. I'm not looking at her and seeing somebody who's going to have a very deep run in the game, especially if that
So
tribe
so
loses.
so what did you hear her say that made you think? Because you're a smart guy, and I'm more way. I'm extremely more. Um, I when I see someone and I hear them talk, I listen, and then it's like, okay, did they just say that, or maybe they're a good person, maybe they're a bad person, maybe they play the game right, maybe they know the game. How did you know that she didn't know the game?
Yeah, I
Why did
mean,
you think that?
yeah, it was mainly because it was she basically talked as if people, in my opinion, if they know the game, they're going to talk kind of like, have like a strategic, when they're talking about themselves, or like their life experiences and how that will transition into the game.
Right.
People who really have like that game player mentality, they're going to draw from experiences in life, and they're going to make comparisons on how they'll be able to play the game, from a strategical aspect, and how they'll be able to manipulate or maneuver or whatever the case might be. Hers was much more about kind of like, this is my life, this is who I am. I'm here on Survivor, basically.
Right.
And
I
to
see.
me, when there's other people who are talking about the things they've been through in their life, and how it'll directly kind of translate into how they will play the game, to me, I just feel like they have like a higher Survivor IQ, if you will.
Right. I see. So she says that her most accomplishments that she's most proud of is her family. Her husband, they made it through a lot of rough times, which is normal at best. We all go through rough times, and her 3 amazing children. So, is that admirable that she talks about her family make it through rough times? No, it's not. I mean, I'll just be honest with you, because I made it through a lot of rough times with my ex-wife, and now we're not together any longer. So, So, but the things that I like to look at is when I look at this list, there there are two things that I like to look at, and it's their pet peeves, and then it's their survivor player that they like the most, or who they would. What's the question? Which
Yeah,
past survivor player will you play the game most like?
yeah.
Those are the questions that if as a survivor player, and if I was someone gave me this list, right? The pet peeve list, or the not pet peeve, the bio list, and I'm sitting in the hotel about to play Survivor. They're in trouble because you see a lot with this list.
Hmm.
So what I think, and you're a super fan of Survivor, uh, and when you look, I think when you look, and this maybe nothing because maybe here she doesn't even know. Maybe they gave her some tapes because they gave me tapes while I was about to play. Maybe she don't know. But her favorite Survivor player is Suri, which is a great choice. I think that anyone that wants to play an honorable game would play like Suri, an honorable, good person that everybody in the entire world loves. Why wouldn't you want to play like Suri? I think it's a cop out. I think it's
Yeah,
a, I
yeah.
mean,
It's easy, and I'll say at the very top of my notes here because I took some notes which I don't normally do, but since they're all new people, I had to jot some stuff down. But at the top of my paper, I wrote Sari and Kelly Wentworth,
ah,
WTF, WTF, because I feel like every person or every other person was saying Sari or Kelly Wentworth, and I'm like, what the fuck? Did you watch any other seasons of Survivor besides the ones they played on? And I'm like, those are good. I mean, you know what? They're good
no,
answers.
I think what I think happened was a lot of these people didn't watch Survivor, and they gave them tapes of Suri and Kelly Wentworth.
Yeah,
That's what I think happened.
and that very well could be, or I mean, because I know from just casting the stuff that some of the earlier on, I don't know now, but I know for a very long point in time, the tapes that they gave everybody, like no matter what, you got a copy of Cook Islands, you got a copy of Fans and Favorites and Heroes and Villains, were like the staple three that they gave you and said, here, watch these. And I think a reason for that was because you got exposure to, Parvati and Sari, Russell, Boston Rob, and then all the answers are
No, they
Sari,
before
Boston
me,
Rob.
yeah. No, but when I got the tapes, I got tapes of Micronesia. I got tapes. What was it? Uh, the very next season, which was Token Change, which I watched, and then I asked for tapes of Fiji for
Boo.
obvious reasons. Yeah,
Right, right.
I mean, because I just wanted to. So my advice to you guys is watch before you play, you idiots.
Mm-hmm.
Because, dude, exactly what you just said, we're about to go through. Let's go to the next person. We ain't got much time. We only got an hour and a half. We got Mike, 52 from Houston, Texas.
Mike.
And he's a heart valve specialist. So,
Mm-hmm.
high five to Mike. I'm getting older. Maybe I'll meet you on the operating table. Hopefully, never, but you never know. So, what do you think about Mike? Mike seems very, with the beard and all, he's very interesting. He's 52 years old. It seems like that they are going for a look with Mike.
Let me pull him. I'm gonna move on to the next from Nika now. So yeah, on a Mike. So look at him, Mike. You wouldn't, because in the photograph, he's on a long sleeve T-shirt, and you're right. Like when I before I read his bio, before I watched again that 30-second clip of him, I looked at Mike and I'm like, okay, they're going for a character casting here. You know what I mean? They want a character. It turns out Mike is actually a super fan of the show. He has watched, from what I gathered, since day one. So he knows the game, right? You wouldn't know it from the photo looking at him, but he's covered in tattoos. You know, he's sleeved out. You know, and he like you said, he's a doctor, so he does have a very different look to him. You know, a look that you would consider a little bit more unorthodox, maybe. You know, for somebody in the medical field. But you look at him like, okay, so you're a doctor. You got this unique look about yourself, and you're a fan of the show. One thing I liked about him, compared to everyone else that did their bio, his bio was incredibly short for pretty much most of his answers. If you'll notice, like some of them, he even gave like a one word, like at the very bottom, why do you believe you can be the sole survivor? He answered yes with a few exclamation marks, right? So, you know, to me,
he must have did he holler it, you think? Did he say yes?
And again, the question is, why do you believe you can be the sole survivor? Yes. You know,
maybe he's so smart, dude. Some people like that, they just, their brain talks for them, and they're like, yep.
And the thing that gets me is that, like, we've, to my knowledge, you fill this out before you go and play. But then when you get done playing, they actually, from what I understood, at one point in time they would give you this back and you could re-edit your answers after playing. I don't know if they still do that.
No, that never happened with me.
They didn't do that for you?
I've never heard of that. So
really?
That's new.
Yeah, so they I don't know when they stopped doing that. But yeah, so I mean, for Mike, I mean, to me, he also seems like a little bit bigger, like a bit muscular of a dude. On his tribe, you know, because I took notes here. His tribe, man, if there's a tribe that I feel like might struggle early on, it is his tribe, which he's part of the Yellow tribe. And there's some big female personalities on that tribe. For Mike, I think for him, I think he might be okay, because I think there's some people on his tribe that, in my opinion, I would vote off before Mike. So I think he might have that working in his favor. But Mike, to me, he's kind of giving me vibes of what was the dude that played the firefighter from last season, the older guy? Was his name Mike too? The guy that got to the end, he lost to Marianne. Was his name Mike? This is horrible. Good thing I got Google. Good thing we got the Google.
Mike. Yeah.
It had to have been Mike. It was Mike. Yeah. He's giving me vibes of Mike. Mike is reminding me of Mike from last season.
A lot of, I don't know why Survivor. He doesn't look like him at all, but try to make people look like people. Like we have Nika. There's Marianne.
Sure, yeah.
We have. I mean, I've seen several. And I don't know why they do that, especially with a bad season. Why would you want anybody to look like? Just saying. Smart, very smart, and he tries to dumb himself down. I think that's what I think, that smart people like that try. Their personalities are different. They are different as we can't understand. Us, all of us, everybody watching this, can't understand a heart valve specialist.
Yeah,
like we can't comprehend how to even start doing something like that. And he's so smart. If this dude walked in the operating room and I'm about to get my heart worked on, I'd be like, wait, whoa, hold up.
Right. Right.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute.
No.
Who is that?
My.
I'll hit him
My.
out before we start operating.
Yeah. Yeah. Like who's this dude? Yeah. And Mike. And I think that I think that'll work in his favor. I really do. The thing that I think about Mike is that I think again the small person tribe, being on the tribe with, from what I gathered, some strong women
I believe
personalities. Hopefully he can mesh with them, because I do think there's a couple people that, or at least one person on his tribe, we'll get to him later, that I think he will be have like a little bit of wiggle room. So I think some people on his tribe will get voted off before him. But the fact he's a super fan of the game, and the fact that he is obviously
yeah.
very smart, on a different, in a different, not just the game of Survivor, but combine the two together, I think he might be able to make a respectable run. I really do. So I'm not completely out on Mike. When I looked at him, I was kind of like, ooh, this guy is cast to be, a character type person, and I don't really enjoy those types of players. But once I really dove in, I'm not entirely out on Mike.
Okay, so what I don't now again, you said, and I read. Can you read me? Everything
Mm-hmm.
fine? Somebody
Yep.
said I'm froze. Someone. So Sandra, and you said that uh, Kim and a lot of those names. Well,
Kim
I've
got
seen
a,
a lot of Sandra.
Kim got a lot, man. Cerie was like so commonly
Okay, look.
referenced.
Let's look at those three players. If that is what our cast is about to be, a Sandra that says, "As long as it's not me," and doesn't even play the game, as long as it's not me. Yes, she's lippy, and yes, she has a personality, but not everybody is going to have that type of personality to be like Sandra. So Sandra was great for reality TV. That doesn't mean they will be if they play a game as long as it's not me and they're not good, like their personality is not where it should be. If they play like Kim or Sari, it's going to be a boring season because we have a bunch of nobodies. There are somebodies because of who they are, who they made themselves to be. But you can't be like them. You if you try to be like them, you're going to be boring.
Sure.
That's my problem. When people are like, I'm gonna be like Sandra and Kim and Kelly and Rob, like a bunch of safe people to talk about, to tell production instead of saying, mix between the two. What do you think about that?
I
Like,
will say,
holy shit.
we'll we'll get to him here shortly, but you do get a shout out by somebody on
I
this
do.
cast. You do get a
Yeah, I
shout out,
seen it.
and
All right.
James gets a shout out too. So what's happening? I don't know, but yeah, you both get a shout out. So that's kind of
All right.
fun.
So we'll go to the next person. We have Nicole Lambert. I have Lamberts in the family. Maybe we're relatives. We never know. Very cute, but she's missing a leg. What do you think about that?
Sure. Yeah,
First,
man.
is she
So
the first person? Is he the first
she's a,
person?
she's not the first person we've had. She'll be the third.
That's missing a leg.
Yeah, so we had the first person ever
I
was
knew we had
the
one.
first person ever was Chad. He played back in the day on Vanuatu, and then we had Kelly, who played on the one right after Heroes and Villains. She played.
Kelly is who I remember.
Yeah.
And,
Well,
and this person is with me, but that's wrong, right? That's wrong.
Yeah, sorry. Well, because well, Chad, I don't know how Chad might have been from the knee down. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know I can't remember the details. It's not a season that I really rewatched. It wasn't that good. But yeah, Noelle is the third. The third. And the thing is that what's different about her is that she's someone who the other two I can't remember the details on when they they became as the word an amputee, I believe is the word that we want to use. But Noelle lived most of her life with two legs, right? So her incident, I seen that she was in a moped accident
Oh
that
wait.
resulted
Oh, so Noelle has lost her leg more recently.
more recently, right? She was
Oh,
actually like
wow.
a really she was a I believe a lacrosse player. She was a lacrosse player. She had like a
Damn.
bunch of like a lot of like a lot of prospects. She was actually really good. Apparently, she was in a moped accident and she lost her leg and she rehabbed and she came back and then she began competing at as you can see there as
Right.
part of the the U.S. team, right?
Wow.
Um, so for Noelle, she's someone that I think that just the fact that she has adapted in her real life and overcome
Hmm.
this in her real life, I don't
Yes.
think that this will hinder her physically in the game of Survivor because she's already overcome that in her real life. Competing in the Olympics, that's no small feat. That's very big. So you're talking about somebody who has shown in her life an incredible amount of heart, and I think that can help her in the game of Survivor. She didn't talk about a whole lot other than her life accomplishments and obviously overcoming this, which is huge in itself. It's
So,
you could say it's bigger than the game, but she didn't talk about a whole lot of strategy and stuff like that. So again, she's somebody who kind of like Nika, to start it off, to where I don't know her knowledge of the game. I don't know how much of that is there, but she is someone that I think will not quit on her tribe.
yes.
I think as someone you can count on physically, I think she will be that for her tribe, but she's part of the red tribe, as well as
And by
Nika.
the way, she has a American record in the 100-meter dash.
Yes,
So she
yeah,
probably so she's absolutely faster than Sandra.
yeah, absolutely.
Just
Um,
saying.
but
Somebody
yeah,
that
man,
won.
she's somebody who I think can be okay. Now the downfall for her is that she is on the red tribe, which if I'm looking at these three tribes, I think the red tribe it could be in trouble early on.
You can't
Then
you can't say that. I mean, how do you say that by looking at them?
I just it's simply based off looking at him is my thing. It's simply based
Right?
looking. Yeah, to me, aside from
So
Noel,
you thinking she's going to be a wink link in the tribe?
I think she'll be a stronger link in her tribe, but I think her tribe has the most weakest links collectively starting the game.
Dang. I ain't really looked at it like that yet,
Yeah,
but
I there's Nika is on her tribe who we kind of talked about. I
mhm.
don't. I feel like she might hinder the tribe. And there's a very pretty face we'll get to later, and I
Mhm.
think she's only a pretty face. I don't think she's worth very much.
Oh,
So
that's hard, man. So
she'll
uh, she's probably gonna watch this. Just saying.
she'll be
So
okay.
her favorite player is comfortable. It's a comfortable player, and it's Kelly Wentworth.
Mm-hmm. Another Kelly. We're just for me, looking at the what player we play the game most like is something that I is the first thing that I look at. The
Why
reason
did they say that though? Do you think that they say that because they think they're still in production? Listen, when you say who you really are going to play like, you're not still in production. You don't have to say, "Oh, I'm just going to be a good old girl like Kelly or Sandra. I'm not going to do anything wrong. I'm going to be like Serene. I'm going to be someone everybody in the world loves. Like, be
Yeah.
who the fuck you want. Be real.
I mean, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie to you, man. I think there's part of it is not. I think in their mind, because they do this before they play, right? And I think they're
Yes.
kind of like keep playing the keep playing the role, keep
No,
playing.
they're in. By the way, they're in. You're right. Maybe they're in 5 days of trying to get on the game in LA. And
Yeah.
then they have these questions and they're trying to, oh, I want them to like me. I want everybody to like me. So what name could I say?
Yeah. Yeah. I think a big part of it is not just the production. I think a lot of it too is like they're hoping to play, and I think a little bit of it is pandering to us for when we're reading this. You know what I
Who
mean?
likes that though? Who wants to see everybody play like Sandra, Kelly Wentworth, and Sari?
Yeah.
Who wants to see a season like that?
Yeah, I mean, my answer is one that you'd never really see, and I don't understand it. And that's his name. His name is. If I filled this out, which I haven't in a hot minute, it would be if I filled it out today. When I filled it out the very first time back in the day, my answer was you. You know, but
Oh, I
now if
didn't even know you. I didn't know you back in
you
the
didn't
day.
even know me then, and you didn't even
Yeah,
know me then. If I was filling it out today, my answer, because you got to give an answer, it'd be Dominic. And because I think Dominic is who I would say now, but you don't see that, right?
you
But
just
if I
want to
would,
see likable. You don't see dominant. You just
you
see
don't-
likable.
right?
Everybody wants to be likable. They don't want to control the game, and that I have been giving praise to this upcoming season, hoping that it changes.
Mm-hmm.
With this type of thing, when I see the names, I'm like, oh, they gonna cast everyone that says they want to be like Sari when Sari was a as long as it's not me type player. When it's gonna be not Sari, Sandra or Sari. Sari
Mm-hmm.
was a very likable character, almost the same as Sandra or Kelly Wentworth. Yes,
Yeah,
Kelly did some amazing aggressive things, but
Kelly. Kelly had one good season, man. Let's call it
yeah,
what it is. She played 3 times. I like Kelly. I if I played a season with her, I would fear her as a
mhm,
survivor player. But she had one good run. These people need to take her off the pedestal. Move on.
right. No,
But
you're right. You're right. And if you played with her, I don't think you need to fear her. I don't think she's that good
I I would fear her because
because
people
everybody else likes her.
exactly people hover around her, just kind of like gnats at a barbecue. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like get away. She's not that great. That her one season that she had that was good. I can appreciate it for what it was, but it was 1 out of 3.
And by the way, I talked to her every single day for a month before she played that season. Just
And there
saying.
and there you go.
Just saying.
All right, man. So how
What
do
we
you
got?
feel about Noelle? Do you think we put a bow on it? Do you feel like we can go to the next one?
Hell yeah. I mean, I like her because she's the underdog.
Yeah,
So
I agree. I like Noelle a lot, and I think she's got a lot of heart.
I
And I
don't
hope,
like who she. I mean, she's won. 100-yard dash. I mean, she is a driven person. I just
very,
wish she wouldn't have said Kelly.
yeah,
Fuck, if she would have said Russell Hance, everybody be like, "Holy shit, we got somebody here,"
we got something.
but we don't. But anyway, let's go on. Let's move on.
Moving on.
Who we got? Owen
We we
Knight,
got Owen.
30 years
Oh,
old, from New Orleans, Louisiana. We have a lot of Southerners, by the way. I don't know if you noticed that.
so you want to kick it off on Owen, or you want me to take the reins here?
No, we can. New Orleans, I did it.
You did it. What I'll say about Owen, just right before we dig deep into him, I got a winner pick from each tribe, yellow, red, and blue. For the yellow tribe, Owen is my favorite. He's my winner pick from the yellow tribe.
Okay.
He is my winner pick from the yellow tribe. This is somebody who I feel like has a lot of life experience, a lot of things he's overcome in life. Not only that, he is a very big fan of the show. From what I gathered, he is quite intelligent. It seems like to me like he's like a genuine fan, someone who this is like important to him. And to me, he's someone who I'm really excited to go out there and see play. From the people we've already talked about, he's on the same tribe with Mike, so I don't know how them being two super fans, I think maybe there can be something there. But Owen to me seems like from what he's been through in his life, some of his information on the bio here, I feel like Owen is somebody who is going to be able to play a very good social game, which I think will allow him to play the game strategically more so to how he wants to. But I think his biggest asset will be his ability to connect and interact, especially early on with the people he's on his starting tribe with.
Yes. I mean, let's see. Hold on. Let me look.
The one bad thing for me is he said the player he wants to play most like is Adam, who won Survivor Millennials and Gen X.
Okay.
And personally, I'm not a fan of Adam, but
Very likable. Adam,
Very-
very likable.
very likable.
Again, we have a Survivor player that wants to play loyal, charismatic, and passionate.
Yeah, that's another thing I wrote down too. On the words to describe yourself, you see the word charismatic a lot. You see the word charismatic.
Oh, do you? I would never say that.
Yeah,
Never.
charismatic is not a word.
I want to be charismatic when I go into a club. When I go into Survivor, I just want to be cutthroat. That would be a better word. Cutthroat.
Sure, but charismatic.
Murder is a good word in Survivor.
If you're looking at your Cerise, your Kellys, your Sandras, your safe players in a sense, like this is almost like a safe word, charismatic. Well, I mean,
it's always that's what they're doing now, man. Everybody's scaring them. Production is scaring everybody. Everybody wants to be nice and charismatic and likable, like Cerise and Kelly and the nice people. Adam, the nice people. Okay, so guys, what we're going to do today is we're going to go through half the list because we're not going to get through all the list tomorrow. Keaten, are you good for tomorrow? The next half?
Yeah. I'm all for it all week.
Tomorrow we'll go through the other half. Keaten has a fantasy football league.
I do.
At 7.
I do.
Okay. We got an hour, brother.
Oh, I feel we're good on time, man. We're good.
No, but I still want to do half because I want to talk about. He's the fourth person, and I really want to talk about the people though.
Yeah.
He's from New Orleans, and administrative director. He likes backpacking, hiking. Who wouldn't say that if they trying to get on Survivor?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like fishing. I like hunting. Those are the things that we see people say. I like hiking, fishing, hunting, backpacking, mountain climbing. Those are what we hear in the world of trying to get on Survivor. Okay, sir, who would you mostly, if Keaten, I told you this on the phone privately. It's very upsetting. And I'm like, Keaten, what if you and I were the ones to choose who plays Survivor? Ain't no motherfucking way, I'm telling you. If you say I want to be like Sandra, you wouldn't play the game. Because there's only one Sandra, and she was amazing in what she did. If you want to do, because when you say you want to be like Sandra, what you're saying is, as long as it's not me.
Yeah, yeah. And there's somebody in their cast bio who says they want to play like Sandra, and in quotations it says as long as it's not me. So that tells you, like, when people reference Sandra, they're thinking. Here's the thing: people who say that answer, like, oh, I want to play the game like Sandra. It's like, so Sandra, strategically, her strategy was as long as it's not me,
No,
right?
she did it. Sandra did it. But there's could be only one person that do it. Sandra did it because she's Sandra.
Yeah,
She nobody can be like Sandra.
no,
You can't act like her. You can't have her personality. I give Sandra hate all the time, but Sandra is great TV.
oh
She
yeah,
is phenomenal TV. She was as long as it's not me with a fucking attitude.
mm-hmm.
You can't do that. Nobody can be like Sandra. Nobody can be like Russell. She is
Yeah.
one of the players that you cannot be like. And if you try to act like Sandra, then you're going to be boring as fuck. If you try to act like Russell, you're going to get voted off first.
Well, and the thing is, like, this is my favorite question on the bio, because to me it gives you like a peek inside their mind of like how they're thinking before they go and play, right? You're kind of like, okay, you want a blueprint, if you will, on how to play. But the thing is that this answer to me, and I'll dig into this a little bit more. To me, this answer, this question, if you will, it's my favorite, but it's also the question that I hate the most, because I feel like if you go in and try and duplicate or replicate someone's game, you're more likely than not, you're going to fail and you're not going to win Survivor. Because, like what you said, Sandra was Sandra because Sandra did it first. You were Russell because you did the Russell game first, right? If people try to duplicate the as long as it's not me, how often have we seen that work in the game of Survivor other than Sandra winning, right? Or how often have we seen somebody come in and play with the aggressiveness or the innovativeness that you had and get all the way to the end? It doesn't typically pan out and happen. So I don't like this answer, but you have to give an answer, right? Because
Right.
you can't just put, oh, there's been no one like me, because production will rip your ass if you write that on the piece of paper. But
Right.
you put someone
No,
on
I
there
said
that,
somebody. You know who I said? I said,
well,
fucking. You ready to hear who I said?
yeah,
It's embarrassing. I said Boston Rob,
no, that's ironic. that's that's
and
funny.
I said with Ozzy.
In Aussie, all right, combine two,
That's ironic. It's
and
ironic. Hey,
that's really ironic.
my brother was telling me, Sean, the one that played on Flipped Off with me, was
Mm-hmm.
saying, if they got a guy named Boston, because I didn't watch Survivor, and he was like, if they have a guy named Boston Rob out there, align with him. Align with him because
That's
he's the boss.
that is funny shit. That is funny.
And then what happened?
Yeah, look how it all played out. Went the opposite route just a little bit there.
The only time Boston Rob went without the merge, I think. Wait,
Uh, I think so. Minus Winners at War, he did not do well.
oh,
The
he
last,
didn't do the. Yeah, he didn't. Same,
yeah,
same,
yeah. Winners at War, he did not. He did
same,
not do.
same, but different.
Same, same. All right, man. So let's.
What do we got?
I'm excited to talk about the next one because we
Mhm.
already referenced her, or I did, if you will. Um,
I did to you. I did to you privately. I think.
okay, so that's who you were talking about.
Well, I was talking about two girls, and she's one of them.
I
So finally, we have a girl from not finally, we have a girl from California, but 29 years old, California.
Yep.
She loves cooking, oil painting, and golfing. Cooking is the main thing that you should actually understand. And I think that she is absolute. We don't have people these days that's absolutely beautiful. And
Mhm.
now we do. Finally, do you think that's a reason? Do you think that now we are getting pretty people, girls? It's your opinion of it. Pretty girls. Do you think that that's
So
a thing, dude? We haven't had that. 41,
we
42.
we haven't. So what I will say is that first off, Justine is a very pretty woman. Okay, I'm gonna be respectful. So she is
Very,
very beautiful. Okay,
very beautiful.
she
I'm
has the
surprised it doesn't say modeling somewhere on this.
well. Here's the thing that I look at Justine. I look at Justine, and there was a point in time of Survivor from about after Heroes and Villains to about Second Chances. Right, you had about a 5 year, 10 season window to where now it's not that common that you look at a Survivor cast and you see people like a Justine who's very very pretty, right? Who you look at a cast of people and you can see like a lot of
Wait,
people you would probably see walking into your local, your local grocery store or
when are
whatever.
you talking about in Survivor? We've had that a lot of seasons.
So Justine reminds me of someone that you would have seen on Survivor from like Survivor 21 to Survivor 30. They had a
Whoa, really? That
yeah,
long?
which
Damn.
which to a lot of people, Survivor, that is like the dark era of Survivor where it
Yeah.
wasn't very good because they were casting people more so that look good in a bathing suit because that's what production wanted, right? They wanted your pretty people. They wanted people who hadn't really seen the show, but as long as they can get caught up in a few weeks before they go play, everything will be fine. I look at Justine and I see a very independent woman. I see someone who, from watching her
Oh,
video, from reading her bio, someone who is, in my
okay.
opinion, self made, right? I think
Okay.
she is someone who's like a go getter. I think in real life, I think she's probably pretty cutthroat, will use her beauty to maybe get ahead. I'm getting some Parvati vibes, if you will, from a Justine. I'm getting some, you're not getting it?
Wow. Yes, maybe. But
I'm I'm getting
but
someone. I'm getting
but
someone. The but is that
you know the but.
I don't think she knows the game.
She wants to be like Kelly Wentworth and Joe. Kelly Wentworth and Joe?
You do okay. Well, I will say there's another
Damn.
thing on another website, another interview. She is very new to Survivor. She says that she binge watched all 40 seasons during quarantine.
Wow.
Now,
Impossible, by the way.
my question is: are we talking like COVID quarantine? Or are we talking about Survivor quarantine, getting ready to
Yeah,
go play
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Survivor?
yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah, I see.
Regardless, even if we're talking COVID time, we're going back 2 years. So she's still very new to the show and cramming it all in that little amount of time. You don't, here's the thing though, and I will stand by this forever. You don't have to be a fan of Survivor to be a good player of Survivor, period. Okay. Johnny Fairplay, you, for example, Rob Sesternino wanted to play Big Brother. He didn't want to play Survivor, but he did. Some of the best strategic players to ever play Survivor didn't really have an idea of how to play Survivor before playing it.
Yeah.
So I don't think that that's going to be
You're
working
right,
against
right,
you.
right. I mean, that's very important. That's
But
that's very interesting because you're
but
right.
but here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. On that red tribe, she's on the tribe with, this is kind of good because she's on the tribe with two of the women we already talked about, Nika and Noelle. Do you see Justine's personality
Wow.
meshing with Noelle?
Oh shit, that's a bad tribe.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like that tribe is going to be, we're going to see a lot of them early, is what I'm
That's
trying to
sad.
say.
And you know what? We'll probably see her first because they get voted out, and let's get rid of the pretty girl. That's what it always is.
Let's get rid of the pretty girl. And because the thing is, like, while I think she is very capable and probably her daily life, from what I
Why
read,
did they do that, man? I wonder. Casting messed up with that.
from what I read, she is very successful. She's in cybersecurity cells. I mean, come on, right? Like, you got to be able to integrate and mesh with like all different kinds of personalities to have a successful career in that. And from what I gathered,
Maybe
she's been
she can help me get my Instagram channel back. It was stolen. My Instagram, they took my Instagram and deleted everything. I do not have an Instagram any longer.
damn.
So maybe
Maybe
Justin, if
you
you're
need
hearing
some
this, if you're
you need
hearing
some
this,
cybersecurity.
if you're hearing this, Justin, maybe you can help me. Hey, DM me just
But
just
you know,
for just for business though. Just for business.
but here's the thing, because I don't want to seem like I'm sitting here saying like, oh, she's a pretty face and that's it. I think she's a pretty face. I think she seems like she's very capable in the world of business, in the world of sales, and socially integrating with people. But the thing is that in this cast, on this tribe, I feel like she is the person who stands out. And for every reason in the real world, she might stand out, and it's a lot of positives and a lot of like, man, wow, look at her, she's so successful, wow, she's so pretty, like whatever. In this
Nobody's
tribe,
gonna see. Nobody that actually watches the TV show is gonna look at her and say, "Oh, she's so successful." They're gonna look at her and say, "Oh, another pretty girl." Which
another pretty girl,
you can't say that with Survivor because we don't have them. We don't have.
not anymore.
We have cute girls, guys. If you're watching this, you're cute. It's fine, but you're not model beautiful. We haven't had model beautiful for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And now we do. We have a few of them, actually. We haven't got to the next one yet. But I don't know if the next one is your next one. It's very interesting to see if you and I have the same taste. We do have another beautiful girl, right? You
Uh,
think?
I mean, looking at it, I think there's another. I think I know who you're
Like
talking about.
model type girl.
I
Like,
think I know. I think I know who you're talking about.
all
I think
right,
I know
all
who you're
right.
talking
We'll go
about.
from there. All right,
Uh,
Justine. Hope the best for you. DM me. Just saying. Next.
DM. Next, we got Cody, I believe, right? Is Cody next for you?
Cody's next.
Cody's next. Another member of the Red Tribe. So he will be on the tribe with Justine, Noelle, and Nika.
Wow.
So Cody is the he's the fourth person of that
Are
Red
you
Tribe
serious?
that we're talking about.
Oh my God. Yep. You're right. That tribe is doomed.
Not too good.
The
Not looking too good, man.
Not looking too good. So
And
this guy here is from Honolulu, Hawaii,
mm-hmm.
and he loves to travel and being outdoors. Who wouldn't if you're playing Survivor, right? He likes he you know what? You know what his three words to describe himself? Charming. That's one of them. I'm not going to go any further from that.
Yeah, you sure? You sure you don't want to say charismatic?
Charismatic, fearless, optimist.
You got charismatic again. But um
But he's charming. Because if you're charismatic, you're charming. Just saying.
that's his opinion. I'm not really high on Cody. If I
Yeah.
was playing the game, like if I was on his tribe, if you will, he would be the first person I would vote off. The reason being is just to me, he seems like because again, I watched, like that montage, if you will, where he talked for like 30 seconds. And to me, he's too much, man. He's too,
I
I
haven't
feel,
watched any of them. I'm waiting
yeah,
for the last second to do a video on it. So
yeah.
no, I haven't watched it.
I feel like Cody is trying too hard, if you will. I feel like there's people who play the game and they have something about them. I feel like there's people who I just feel like there's people who look at it like, oh, I'm on Survivor, and they crank it up. You know what I mean? And they do well, like Philip, for example, right? Philip, I feel like really came out there and was like, oh, I'm going to be on TV. And he played his role, and he cranked it up to 11, and he did it successfully. Then you got people like Cody who I feel like are coming out there and they're more worried about their presence on Survivor. They're more worried about how they're going to be perceived, more about how they're going to be on TV, more so than like how they are playing the game. And I already feel like Cody already, I'm just kind of like, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying what he's selling to me, basically. And he's somebody that I would vote off really early. He's in sales, right? It says elevator sales. So elevator sales, I don't know what that business really is like. I've worked in sales before. So we'll just chalk it up to that. Cody is in sales. The player that he's most like, Russell, he said that he is most like Malcolm.
Again.
Nobody likes Malcolm, right?
Well, it's the same. It's the Joe, Malcolm. It's the same, man. They're likable. They're all likable. Everybody that they choose.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
I don't know. You know their problem was getting rid of Lynn Spillman. I know you don't have a good relationship with Lynn Spillman.
Oh, unfortunately, I never got to meet her. Otherwise, she would have loved me. We would have a great relationship.
Oh, so you never even met her.
Met her, man.
Oh,
never met her.
That's the problem.
That's why you haven't seen me out there yet. It's because I never met Lynn.
Oh shit! What's happening?
Friendly and love to get pets off of people.
You hear something?
As the animal made his
I hear like an advertisement or something.
He suddenly smelled.
All right, done. I don't know what happened. Yeah,
but here's the thing.
Nose until he found himself.
Go.
Okay, so here's the thing with Cody. He compares himself to Malcolm. To me, he's no Malcolm. Malcolm actually was, in my opinion, because he says here he wants to play. He has a lot of character and personality and physical skills that mirror Malcolm's, right? Here's the thing about Malcolm. Malcolm, like his game or don't like his game, Malcolm actually was charming. Cody, to me, I'm not getting that vibe whatsoever. I'm not getting the Malcolm actually was charismatic. From his pregame interviews before he even played, he really gave that off. Playing the game, you can't deny it. That's one reason why production loves him so much, is that he actually is charming. He actually is likable. He actually is charismatic.
Oh, so let's just say I'll be like him.
Sure, yeah, because if you can't, I feel like Cody's a guy who he's outdoorsy. He's from Hawaii. Do
you see what every cast member is doing now, though, these days? They want to be like someone likable.
They want to be like someone likable. And here's the thing, though. These people so far that they're saying they want to play the game like, so far, we've talked about X amount of people. Some have referenced a few different people. The only people they've said they want to play the game like that have actually won the game has been Adam and Sandra, right? Or they're naming people who have not even won the game. Why do you want to? If you want to play the game like somebody, play the game like somebody who has changed the game or won the game, right? But so yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of times when they're given these answers that kind of like we already kind of like talked about, they're more so trying to feel like, I don't think they're looking at themselves, and I don't think they're being honest. I don't think they're being genuine about it. I think they're sitting there trying to say, what does somebody else want me to put on this answer? Yes, right. And exactly. I don't think they're looking at it from like how they actually view it. because like Owen, this is just backtracking a little bit, and in his video, he said that that his favorite player will probably be Malcolm. So then say Malcolm. You don't got to put Adam. You know what I mean? It's like if you're going to sit there and say like my favorite player, the person I like the most, or whatever, the person I think I'll play the most like is Malcolm, and then you go and you do this interview and you put down Adam, like just go with your gut. Like don't worry about what other people are going to think about it. And that's something that I've learned trying to get on the show, because for a long time I tried to do that shit. I tried to jump through the production hoops of guessing and trying to be what I thought they wanted. Right?
Somebody else.
Exactly, man.
And Sari, this guy said Sari has changed the game.
But yeah, so what's your take on Cody, man? How do you think Cody will do? To me, Cody seems like I'm getting like surfer dude vibes, but he, his hometown is Iowa. So, he has a little bit, of, I think, like that rural country.
I don't know if I believe what they say now. Like his favorite hobbies, going with friends, traveling, and being outdoors. Come on, man. That's the problem that we have now. Everybody lies. Oh, they don't want to hear that you fish. Oh, I fish, I hunt, I travel, I hike, I do everything outdoors. So you should choose me. They chose Natalie White. She said, I don't like none of that.
Right. Yeah, man. I think a problem of it is that like we've talked about. Like I
don't like it. I mean, I think they're fake. I think he's fake, like the rest of them.
Yeah.
I think it's going to take a little bit. I think this is the first step to moving forward in the game of Survivor. I think Survivor 41 was a disaster. I think 42 was still trying to do what they want to do, but moving the needle a little bit down. And now 43, I think they're trying to change it, but not really, because they're still accepting these answers.
Yeah.
Your favorite? Do you have your favorite book here anymore? They used to have your favorite book. Mine was Playboy.
Yeah, I don't think they, or if they do, it's on that big packet you got to fill out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, the big packet, yes.
The big packet where they ask you like your favorite movie, your favorite musician, like all that kind of shit like that. That's on the big packet.
So the last one we're gonna talk about one more person. The last person we would talk about today. One more person, even though. So you don't think Cody is going to do well?
I don't think Cody's going to do well, man. I don't think if Cody, to me, I'm looking at the people on his tribe. He rubbed me the wrong way in a matter of a bio and a 30-second video.
Damn.
Right?
Yes.
He's on the tribe with Justine. I don't think Justine's going to like him. He's on the tribe with Noelle, and he's on the tribe with Nika. He's not
probably going to try to hook up with the pretty girl, and he's not all that. That's why he still has his shirt on. That's why he hasn't, he didn't take his shirt off like Malcolm would have.
Sure. Yeah, Justine's not going to dig this guy.
No.
Like she's Noelle is not going to like this guy. And
yeah, he's in trouble.
And Nika's not going to like this guy.
Very observative.
Yeah,
because he's definitely in trouble.
Cody's not good odds.
No. So this is the last person we're going to talk about today.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow, you want to do this tomorrow?
Yeah, man. Forward? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can
so tomorrow we will talk about the rest. So now who do we have?
Now we got Mariah. I hope it's Mariah. Mariah Young, 28 years old.
Philadelphia.
And, yeah, she's from Philly. I believe we got 2 people from Philly on this cast. I believe she is one of 2 people that we got from Philadelphia.
Oh, she's not on that same cast as the rest of them, is she?
So
What tribe is she on? A good
Mariah.
tribe? Or?
Oh yeah, no man. Mariah's on the yellow tribe.
Because
So
Mariah wouldn't be on the same tribe as Nika.
no,
That's
Mariah's on the
and that's not that's just what it is. She wouldn't be on the same tribe as Nika. They would switch that up because those two look similar. They look like the last person that won the game, both of them.
sure, yeah. Well,
We
and the
have
thing is
two
too,
people. That's rare. We have two people that actually looks like they won the game before. She's a
and
teacher. Go ahead.
yeah. Say yep. You're right. I mean, they're obviously working hard to bring like a diverse cast, and
That's
just to
fine.
and not just like a diverse cast, but obviously they're going to then take their cast as a whole and they're going to chop it up into 3 different tribes so that each tribe, is as diverse as possible, right? So that's one reason why you're not on starting tribes, you're not going to see Mariah with Nika, because they want to balance them out, right? They want to have as equally diverse, not just cast, but starting tribes as well, because they want all that. They want just the different interactions. They want the different social experiment going on in the
Right.
game, right?
Uh-huh.
So, but yeah, Mariah, man, she's a teacher. We already said she's from Philly. She's someone that I really liked. She talked about how I kind of worried.
Well, her favorite hobbies are shopping, traveling, and creating content. I like that because that's not popular answers.
Yeah, and if you look at the 3 words to describe you, I really like those as well, man. Which she said, colorful, energetic, and joyful, right?
Okay.
Which kind of ties right in with her pet peeves, which is negative Nancy's, Debbie Downers, and bullies. So
Okay.
to me, and watching her video as well, the quick
I
clip
didn't
of her,
watch. I didn't watch. I'm not watching the videos until I do lives
yeah.
on the videos. So I haven't watched any of them yet.
But she, to me, man, she seems like somebody who her answers. Here's another thing too. What I kind of like look at in the answers is to see if they are on each person when they go through them, if they kind of like tie in and kind of like blend in together, or if like they're completely different, right? Like,
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I'm not gonna lie. And I know a lot of people probably want me to say something different, but her best survivor player is James. Mm.
that's an answer you don't hear that often.
Mm. I'm not gonna lie, brother. That means she watches the game. She
She
knows the
watches the
game.
game. She because not only did she say James, she quoted him. She quoted him. Don't bite the apple, right?
Ah,
Referencing when Parvati blindsided
yes,
the alliance and voted off Ozzy,
yes,
right? So
yes.
she's referencing a quote from James, and she's saying James in general. That's not an answer that you hear very much in 2022,
And I
right?
know people are looking at her hair and her dress and saying woke, woke, and they're not giving her any credit. Man, her bio for me gives her credit.
I like it, dude. I like it. I like her a lot, man. I really do. Because to me, here's the thing: her answers, they build off of each other, right? You're looking at her, and to me, I'm getting genuine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking. I don't
Why
see
would she
someone.
think she'd do that though? She's very I would feel like that she's a very smart girl and she knows wearing that dress, wearing the colored hair is going to make people think what this is why we need to change Survivor because of the wokeism and all that stuff. And then she goes all out to show, hey, maybe I'm that person too. But when I read her bio, It just doesn't seem. Maybe she's trying to show it, but it just James. The last time I seen James as a favorite player, when's the last time you seen him?
I don't know, man. I mean, he's on my list, but I mean, like I don't know. That's
No, he's aggressive. James is strong, aggressive, straightforward.
mm-hmm.
That's who James is.
Yeah,
That's his character.
yeah. And to me, I'm looking at her. I'm looking at Mariah. I feel like she's going to be someone who alliance, like loyalty. I feel like is going to be incredibly important to her. I feel like
She ain't going early, dude.
no.
She's not going. This girl's not going early. This girl is making it a long ways. I'm telling
Oh
you.
yeah, I completely agree. I completely agree. I think she is someone who is playing the game. I don't feel like she's playing the game for. I feel like she's playing the game for herself. If you know what I mean. You know, like I'm so like. I feel like people go in with different motives, different reasons for playing Survivor, or kind of like playing the, like they're playing Survivor to try and figure out who they really are. They're trying to play Survivor to get, money or screen time or whatever the case might be. I feel like this girl is going to stay true to who she is in real life, and she's going to integrate that into playing the game. And I think she will do very well. I agree. I don't think she's going home early at all. We'll see her finale night probably.
No, yeah, she's proud of life. She's proud of her fiance, so she's married.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, guys. I'm proud of being a teacher. I'm proud of making it through college. She's proud of making those words, Keaten. She's proud of making it through college.
Right.
That's, yeah. Guys, so far, and you would, most of my followers probably think that I'm crazy or I think that she's everybody we talked about, I think she's the one that's most popular. And it's not because of her dress or the fucking color of her hair. All I'm saying it's because of what she said
Exactly.
in her bio.
Exactly.
Because if
Because
I would look at her, if I would look at this picture before I read her bio, I would tell you woke, woke, done, and
right.
and
Right.
now and now, have you
Yeah.
know, guys, when you think
She we, we
strategically,
we talked about almost half the cast, right? Because we're gonna do
yes,
the other half tomorrow.
yes,
Um, we talked about almost half the cast. She's the first person that did not use some combination of charismatic, Cerie,
yes,
Wentworth, or
yes,
Sandra.
yes,
And that to me is what separates her from the other
it
whatever
does,
7 people we talked
it
about.
does, and guys, you need to be, first of all, anybody that wants to look at this as seasons as woke, you need to be open minded. You need to look at these things like me and Keaton are looking at these things. And I know you don't want another Marianne to win again, but uh, we may have that. I wouldn't be surprised if she wins the game.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. With her type of personality, and I feel like her being what is it seems to be a genuine person.
If
Um,
if
I,
she's
I
not, yeah, if that's true, and I assume that everyone is being truthful in their bio because they're so scared nowadays. Uh, Negative Nancy's, Debbie Doubters, those are like Karens, right?
mhm.
She don't like it. She don't like bullies. So she don't like that type of personality. She's afraid of clowns. Who isn't? Just saying. You hear me?
Oh yeah. Oh
Uh,
yeah.
I would,
Yeah. And
yeah.
she, yeah, man, I agree, dude. I mean, you're looking through her bio, and I
Her
mean,
bio is the best bio so far.
and one thing I want to say before we wrap it up with Mariah, who is your hero and why? I'm my own hero. That's
Ah,
bold. That's
man.
bold.
Oh, my hero. You mean in the cast that we went over?
No, yeah, yeah. So Mariah said on the question,
Oh,
it says
who's my hero and why?
who's my hero. Most people say their parents or something like that.
Okay.
She
All
says,
right. I'll show you.
yeah, I'm gonna read it here for you.
Okay.
I'm my own hero. I save myself each and every time. But and then she gives a shout out to her mom, right?
Okay.
But my mom is the ultimate hero. Okay, fine. But she starts off with, I'm my own hero. I save myself each and every time. That
Wow.
that that's the mindset that she's gonna have playing the game of Survivor. We're seeing her on finale night.
Man.
I don't know that she'll win.
Cannot. Cannot. She is definitely, dude, guys, forget about the dress and the hair color and the color of her skin. And I know a lot of you think about that type of thing, and that's not right. This woman standing before us now may be the winner of Survivor 43. There's no way she's not making it to the jury.
No.
So I stop here with her. I wish I could show her face. I can't. I wish I could show and I don't know why she did that with the dress.
I think it's just her, man.
Why'd she do that?
I think it's just her, dude. I think she's playing the game, and I think that is like, I think she's kind of like coming into how she's in her
Do you
life.
think she knows? She
Oh
didn't
yeah,
think that would be. She didn't think that would be a controversy, did
no,
she?
no. I think for her it's a, I think for her it's a, and I think she just kind of feels like it represents who she is. You know, bold. You know what I mean? Like
Okay,
she's
let's say you see this dress, the hairstyle, the dress. Who is her without looking? Who is her favorite player of all times?
shit.
Just looking at her.
I don't know, man. Oh damn. To me, it'd be somebody. It would have to be a Sari type, someone who played the game honest, who played the game genuinely, who played the
Or
game.
Sandra.
No,
Sandra Sari.
I
No?
can't. I wouldn't see her doing a Sandra. I could see her
Oh,
doing a
okay.
Sari. I
Okay.
could see her doing a Sari. To me, she gives off just her. It's just positive, right? It's positive. It's
I
not.
don't know about that. Look at the comment. I don't believe that.
You don't think so?
You know, no, the comment. I don't think she's gonna be a Drea.
Oh,
No way. No possible way. Because Drea had no personality.
yeah, yeah. I mean, this girl's outfit has more personality than Drea has in her.
The entire game.
Right, right, right. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not getting a Drea feel for her, but
No way. I
yeah,
don't know,
no,
maybe she be some maybe she will change the game and be something different that we haven't ever seen before. That would be
maybe,
very interesting.
maybe. I'm excited for her, man. I'm excited for her.
Yeah. That's crazy how this is what we end on, guys. So that's what we have for you, fellas. Me and Keaton, we're going to go live again like we did next. Well, tomorrow we'll do the next 8. I think it's 8.
Yeah,
Right?
it's right around. It might be 9, but it's 8 or 9. But we'll get them all done tomorrow.
We get them all done.
I got to go win some money tonight.
You can go win some fantasy football. I didn't want to do all of. I don't want to do an hour episode anyway.
Yeah.
So We appreciate you guys watching. And again, uh, I don't know if you guys know that my enhanced reality. Are you following enhanced reality?
Yep.
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 Today I got a message that says that we are now officially monetized. So I appreciate everyone that follows enhanced reality. It's different than this channel. You need to have a little bit thick skin over there because I might go live and just cuss you out. You never know. This channel, I don't do that. I respect you. That channel, I may do that. Just saying. So that's all we have. Until next time,
Yep.
let's live, love, happy, and follow enhanced reality. Keep hope alive, brothers.